All right, joining us now is Maci Bergeron, catcher of LSU Tigers. Let's first talk about this home run you hit there against the Virginia Tech pitching staff that prior to Saturday night's game against you had not given up a run all season, and you all exploded, and you were a big part of it. First, tell me about that home run.
I think our hitting coach Bryce Neal does an exceptional job of preparing us during the week. And I was just visualizing seeing that pitch, and I just knew that I had to be on time for it. And I was, and I did what I had been practicing all week.
Tell me about this young team here. You got a lot of new faces. How are you all blending in?
I think we're a lot different than a lot of other teams that we've had previously. We're really fast, we're young. Like we just play with a lot of fire in us, and it's really fun to be around this group of girls.
What's it like having Danica back at the top of the order?
I love having Danica back. I got interviewed previously and I was just saying how like she always impacts our team regardless of if she's in the lineup or not. Like I can always go up to Danica, ask her about my at bat or just any life advice in general, and she's always there for any of her teammates.
Let's talk about your own game. You're off to a great start hitting wise. Tell me about what you've worked on this offseason because it feels like you're even taking your game to a different level. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. Obviously I did a lot of preparing in off season, just like watching video, setting my strengths. So it's basically all that I changed this year.
How do you feel you're a different player today than you were, say, a couple years ago?
I think I'm much more confident than I used to be.
Where do you feel? Is it just experience, gaining that experience that would get you that confidence?
I think experience and just like knowing what I'm capable of has helped me throughout this whole season.
Let's talk about this pitching staff you get to catch for a very talented group. Let's start with the young freshman phenom. What's it been like catching Jayden? What makes her so good?
Jayden's awesome. It's amazing to me that she can come out against top 25 competition and just do her thing. Um, she did get rattled for a little while, but I went up to her and I said, just like, don't let this bother you. And she came back and she was firing it in there. So I'm super proud of her that she can get out of those moments being a freshman.
She was due to have some like adversity after her debut. It was a perfect game, like right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you remember about the perfect game she threw?
She was throwing it in there for sure. She was like stinging my hand a little bit,
Was
so
she?
super. She was throwing super hard, so she's a really competitive person.
I always ask pitchers this, so I get a chance to ask you this. Did you know that game that she had a perfect game going on as catching her?
I think I realized in like the fourth inning, but at first I did not realize. No,
Do you even say anything to anybody? You just keep it to
no.
yourself.
Normally we don't say anything. We just like keep it mellow. So
That's fair. She's off to a great start. So is Sydney Berzon, of course, the All-American. What's it been like? I'm assuming she's helped you in your growth, in your career.
Sid's great. Just you always know what you're gonna get out of Sid. She always comes out there, does her thing, and she's always evolving, which is a super cool thing about someone who's been a two-time All-American. Something that I really appreciate about her.
How would you describe the pitching staff as a whole to the people that haven't seen them baby pitch yet?
I think they're all very different and bring very different things to the table, and I think they're gonna be hard to prepare for.
What got you interested in getting into softball?
So my dad played college baseball at Texarkana, and he's always loved the game. And then my mom played a little bit in high school. Never got too serious about it, but sports have just run in my family, and I've been playing t-ball since I was 4, so I just stuck with it since then.
I'm glad you did. I'm sure Coach Tarina is as well. What's it like playing for her?
I love Coach Beth. She's pushed me to be where I am today. I've had tough conversations with her, but she's helped me grow into the player that I am. So I'm super grateful for her.
What's your goals beyond softball? Do you want to get into coaching? What do you want to do?
I'm actually studying finance, so my goal is to get my master's in finance or accounting. Just be a businesswoman one day. Not really sure where that'll take me.
Honestly, that's probably a better path. That's good for you on that. Very well. But you got a lot of softball now in between. What have you learned as a team so far through the first 2 weeks of the season? What have you all learned?
I think we get on people very quickly, and like we talk about like just being in people's faces, being like suffocating as a team. And I think that's something that we need to carry with us throughout the season. So I think that's what's helped us, like building our own identity and like writing our own story this year.
Right, your own story. I know that's been a theme on the team there. What do you want to see from your team, not only this week, but the rest of the season here at Build On from this start?
I want us to continue doing the things that we set out to do. Like I said, being suffocating and being in people's faces. Like we can't just do it the first 2 weeks of the season and just let it go. So I'm hoping that we can do that throughout the entire season.
All right, well, keep up the great play. I've enjoyed watching you play. Great. Congrats on the great start. Keep it going, and thanks for talking to us here on In the Circle.
Thank you.